Hi everyone. Today I have a challenge lock I'm going to be picking. This is Fish On by Gabriel. Got passed over to me. The key was not mummied, so I figure it's fair game to look at. There's two keys here. This I think was the original key, and then this one here is the one that it looks like he hand cut to fit the lock. So there's definitely some differences if you lay them on top of each other. The biggest being you can see this massive deep cut that was made right here in the front. And then the shoulder was shaved down too. And I'm not 100% sure what to make of that because now the key goes in much further than it was originally intended to. So even though the key was not mummied, reading it was a little difficult. I'm not sure if I'm getting any special information by looking at the key. The one thing that scares me a little bit is how deep this cut is. I'm afraid that it was going to bust the lock, but you can see I just stuck it in and turned it and it worked fine. So, all right, so let's see if I can get this picked on camera here. When I did this earlier, I did go, tighten my vise. I did go counterclockwise. So I'm going to do that again. Get it tight in there so it doesn't rotate. Okay. So I'm just looking for binding pins here. Tiny tap there. I'm in the back of the lock right now. And I'm definitely getting core or plug movement. A little bit of counter rotation off of that one. I think that was pin 2. That was 3. This pin in the back here feels bound very hard, but I'm not getting anything when I press on it. Let's see, pin 1 here. No. I lost some of my falset when I looked at that one. So maybe I wasn't supposed to touch that one yet. Or at all. It's always possible. Lots of crunchy clicks from pin 1 there. This is only the second time I've tried to open this, so I don't have a binding order or anything memorized. I'm literally just poking around here and seeing what feels like it needs to be lifted. A little bit of counter rotation there at 2. Clicks out of the back of the lock here. Those feel pretty loose there. I've got a pretty deep falset, so I'm assuming anything I'm stuck on here is a spool of some kind, so. I think I'm getting counter rotation at 3. Okay, I think that was something there. It was bound pretty hard though. All right, there we go. And then a little lift on 1. That is picked, but you can't, it looks like a super deep falset, but actually it's the cam is limiting the rotation here. So I'm gonna, there we go. There's the rest of the way. So you can see that more than 90 degrees. So that is open. It's got the extra long cam on the back, which I think was running into the side of my vise there. All right, I'm gonna gut this very carefully because you never know what's going on in challenge locks. But I'll show you, there's some of the engraving on the side. Fish on. J. Gabriel's name on there. And then you can see got a nice fishing line with a fish on it on the front. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and relock this. And let's get my gutting stuff out here. I'm gonna need a screwdriver. And a tray. I guess that follower is going to be okay. And we'll use my ocean tray today. Very important with a challenge lock. Shim. Always shim challenge locks because you never know what's in there. And I don't know where my screwdriver went. So I'm going to use this screwdriver, which is less than ideal, but it's the one that's here. All right. So let's see here. So spoiler alert, if you're going to pick this lock, you probably don't want to know what's in it. So don't watch me get it here. I'll put a note in the video description as well. All right, I'm going to put the key in. And we're going to shim this. Get the shim in all the way, that would be great. Okay. And I think this follower, yeah, it looks like it'll fit. Okay. So let's take the plug out here. And we'll see what the key pins look like. Oh, that one's hard to get out. That is super crunchy. That's a very serrated, long key pin. And that one's got some serrations on it as well. Let's do the one in the back here. That one's real short. These all have some kind of spooled looking tops. So those are some overset traps for sure. And let's look in the plug real quick here. Focus. So we've got some serrating in 1, 3, 4, and 6, it looks like. And then some deeper milling in 2 and 4. That's what it looks like to me here. Yeah. So some, you can see the serrating there. And then the deeper milling in those ones. So it gives it a little bit of an undercut. And then let's do the drivers here. My My shim's still in there. There we go. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna keep this oriented. Oop, oop, oop. Might have to watch the video there to see what exactly happened with that one. But let's take that apart here. So there was a ball bearing in there. There was like a pin and pin design. And I'm orienting these all back into my tray the way that they are coming out so I can put them back in the right direction. Oh, that one's attached to the spring. That's cool. This looks like it might be another, yep, that's another pin and pin design there. Okay, those are very neat. I'm not going to take the springs out, but it looks like actually there is a little bit of work inside the Bible itself up here. I see a little bit in one. It looks like maybe there's some serrating in there. All right, let's look at these. So here we go. Bring these up close. So there's the key pins. You can see a lot of work done on the key pins there. Actually, this one's upside down. Fix that. And then these drivers are very cool. That one's got a lot of work done on it. It's got this lip right there to get caught. This is like a rattlesnake. All those wafers in the middle there are free floating. That's very cool. Looks like, yep, there's some of that on that one too. Here's this one that's it's inside the spring. This one's got a lot of work done. And this one I'm gonna have to put back together real carefully. This looks like it was a pin and pin. It's a ball bearing with a hole drilled through it and a piece of tubing, and then this is the pin at the bottom. So you would lift these and they would lift in pieces, and you'd have to tap multiple times to get this up. So it was maybe made out of a ejector pin or a tiny nail or something. Very cool. A lot of work went into this, I can tell. Super interesting. I'm gonna have to ask him how he made these rattlesnake pins. Those are very cool. Awesome. Yeah, this was a neat pick. It was fun. Definitely a lot of work you can see went into making these pins. So thank you, J. Gabriel, for all your hard work on this challenge lock. That was neat. I'm gonna have to watch how this first one came apart. Worst case scenario, I'll ask him how he put it back together, or how I should put it back together. But we'll get it back together how it was intended to be and pass it on to a new picker. Thank you. Again, that was Fish On by J. Gabriel.